Alright, welcome back to the show. Again, if you didn't know, this is a Premier League Zone, proudly sponsored by 1xBet. And like I said before we went on that break, we're doing a review of last night's action first of all. And then, buddy, it turned out to be a bit of an anticlimax at the end of the day. Personally, I was expecting City to run riot and maybe Erling Haaland scoring a hat-trick and all of that. For the sake of my fantasy, didn't turn out that way. Haaland did not score, and it was just one Real Madrid's goal that sorted things out.
Yeah, and I think Chelsea started playing after City went ahead, and it wasn't a game that was so exciting. Not so much end-to-end action. I think it was a game where both tried to, manage the situation as much as possible. For City, I was a bit disappointed as well. And like I did say on the show yesterday, when City come across a team that can go to them toe-to-toe, they seem to struggle and break of ideas as well, and that was what we saw. But again, I think the only defining moment basically is the fact that City do have a very healthy bench. When City are bringing, and when Chelsea were bringing in the younger guys, City had the likes of Grealish, Mahrez on the bench. So I think it was the case of having enough quality within that team to actually change the game around, and that was what happened. Two substitutes, Grealish, two Mahrez, and of course there came the goal.
All right, there came the goal, and kudos to City putting the pressure on Arsenal at the top of the table. Stephen, we're going to the FA Cup very quickly now because we have a lot to get through today. Chelsea will have the chance for revenge this time around. They take on City again in the FA Cup on Sunday. So let's start from there. We'll have some of the fixtures later, but let's just start from City and Chelsea. Can Chelsea, did they show you enough? I think that's the question I'll ask now. Did they show you enough yesterday to show that maybe they can get something from City this weekend?
Eventually, but I think it's a little too soon to expect them to be able to get past City. As Bode pointed out, City have that strength in depth. They can call on any number of players to change the system or to service the goal machine that's Haaland, who's still very hungry, by the way. I wouldn't be surprised if City finally find their stride and probably break Chelsea down a bit more than they did last night. At this point, I'm humbled enough to not call any score lines, but I'm still banking on City to do the business.
Big match if you call it. Dion, let me come to you with the City Chelsea game this weekend. Should Chelsea stick with the approach they had yesterday, or maybe something different?
I mean, it's really hard. It's really hard to say what Chelsea should do or should not do. But it's just really disappointing. And look, we've seen City, kind of crack under pressure, especially when teams are going at them. I think that's one thing Bode has mentioned a lot, and we've seen it a couple of times. City do not, this season, they've not been as impervious as they were. They're conceding goals, and especially they've shown themselves to be a little nervous when they're being hit by teams who like to be very, very quick with play, especially transitional play, to add to that. So I would say Chelsea, might as well just attack these guys and see what you can get out of it, because they've met twice already and they've lost on 2 different occasions.
Okay.
You don't want to lose to one team 3 times in one particular calendar year. It doesn't look good. So I would say Chelsea should just go at City, and Chelsea's record is not even looking good. They've just had 1 win in their last 8 games. It's not looking good for them, so they really have nothing to lose at this point. Don't defend anything. Go on at them from the start of the game, see what you can gain, keep your defense very conservative if you can, and hope for the best.
All right. So guys, we have to call it very quickly. Let me start with you, Dion.
I have a sneaky feeling that Chelsea might get something.
Okay.
I don't know.
So give us a scoreline.
I don't know. Probably 2-1.
2-1 to who?
Chelsea.
All right. Stephen?
2-1 City.
2-1 to City. And then, Buddy?
2-0 City.
2-0 to City. All right, let's just read out some of the fixtures, and then we'll talk about a few of them as well. It starts tonight. It's Manchester United taking on Everton. Crystal Palace will take on Southampton. We also have Leicester City travelling to Gillingham. We also have Tottenham Hotspur taking on Portsmouth. Bournemouth will host Burnley. Nottingham Forest away at Blackpool. We also have Fulham taking on Hull City away from home. Brighton and Hove Albion will travel to the Riverside Stadium to take on Middlesbrough. We will also see an Premier League tie, Brentford taking on West Ham United later tomorrow as well. Liverpool will take on Wolverhampton Wanderers. Sheffield Wednesday will face Newcastle United. Also matches involving Premier League teams. We will also see Aston Villa taking on Stevenage. Manchester City will take on Chelsea, and then on Monday we will see Oxford United face Arsenal. Easy game for Arsenal. Wow. But let's just go to the one that's coming up this now first of all. Let me come to you, buddy. Manchester United against Everton. Everton have been all over the place this season. United have been really, really good. The FA Cup always has some magic. Can Everton harness and tap into some of that magic?
Yeah, very possible. Okay. You look at the fact that in the last 3 games, Everton have played United at Old Trafford. It's been 3 draws in the last 3 games. And for United, yes, a good run at home. I think 5 games unbeaten right now at Old Trafford. And you look at the fact that it's a cup game, expect some upsets. And possibly Everton might want to give a number of the fringe players a chance tonight to have a run in the squad. For that reason, Everton, the pressure on Frank Lampard right now might just, ensure that he tells his guys, go out there and try and get something out of this. And I worry for Manchester United. Okay. And we could just see an upset at Old Trafford tonight.
We'll see what happens. So, guys, it's the FA Cup. There's always magic. So, are you guys seeing any possible upsets this weekend? And no, Chelsea beating City is not an upset. So that one is out of the way. So, any upsets this weekend? Let me start with you, Dion. Any upsets this weekend?
Wolverhampton Wanderers against Liverpool.
Fair enough. That will be an upset. So that's where you're going.
Yeah, that's where I'm going.
All right, Stephen.
Portsmouth at Tottenham.
All right. Fair. Okay, fair enough.
It's not happening.
And then, Buddy, possible upsets this weekend?
I think Everton getting something at Old Trafford, possibly a replay.
All right, that could be an upset too. All right, thank you very much, guys. Let's go on another break. Hear from our sponsor, OneXBet. We'll come back and I'll give you our expert picks for this weekend.
You enjoyed this video? Hit the subscribe button for more. Leave a comment and like. Thank you.